You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart, and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. If you listen to the episode I've done with James, whether you should buy a new house or an old house or an existing house if you're a first-time buyer, then listen up. This is the episode for you. This is part 2 of that episode, but I've got Jordan in the house. Hello, Jordan. So you were here listening in with me and James, and you were like, I wanted to do that topic. But
I was just like, I've got more stuff I wanted to add in. Yeah.
Yes. So tell me now, this is part 2. What do you want to add?
Dun, dun, dun.
What properties should first-time buyers...
I've got nothing there. That's it,
go for or not go for.
Yeah. So a couple of things I wanted to add on to that is when you're a first-home buyer, I feel like you'll be looking at the whole market, I think, and sometimes you think like everything is kind of a go. Unfortunately, that's not always the case.
We're not on Tinder.
It kind of seems a little bit like that, doesn't it? You just a bit of the old mighty tin duck.
I can't believe I just said that.
You just you see a lot of pretty houses everywhere, but some of them not good, not good. Red flag. But let's see. So everyone, you've got your standard kind of residential house, we say, like your everyday Joe Bloggs, like 2, 3, 4 bedroom with a garage. It can be, standalone freehold, or it can be cross-lease usually, and the bank's pretty happy with both of those depending, and that's a pretty good property to go for a first-home buyer. Pretty happy, pretty chill vibes. Unfortunately, with lifestyle blocks, though, it's a bit of a different story. So they want you to, unfortunately, you're required to have at least a 30% deposit with most banks. I'm not saying all banks, but most banks will require you to have a 30% deposit. And what really, you got to think about what classifies as a lifestyle property. On the council records, it can be listed as lifestyle plus instead of residential, or even rural properties. They will want you to have a little bit more of a deposit. Some banks will allow a 20% deposit depending on the situation of the clients. I think there's a lot more that goes into that, but for the most part, they don't like it. And it's funny, they'll come back, even if it's not listed as lifestyle. You got to be careful about this one too. If they've got pictures and they're advertising it as a lifestyle property, even if it's not a lifestyle property, the banks don't like that either. So if they've got cows or sheep on there, they're like, I don't know about this. And there's a reason for that. They don't really like the idea of those multiple extra outbuildings or extra land and stuff. So it's... You
got to think about it as monopoly, right?
Yeah.
In terms of, can I sell this off quickly if things go south?
Yeah.
So this is why, because most of the time as a first-time buyer, you may not have a big deposit. And if the bank is taking a risk on you by giving you a mortgage at a very low deposit, so the bank is actually taking quite a high risk of carrying 90% of your property value on them. So if you went belly up and you cannot pay your mortgage anymore, and the bank has to sell this property from under you to repay this debt, that's why they are a little bit more pedantic about this, because reselling those type of properties will take longer. And same applies for apartments. So reselling those type of properties is not an easy task.
I was going to get onto apartments next, actually. but yeah, lifestyle, it's, and I feel like it's a lot of people's dreams, including my own. And I was pretty gutted when I found out about that it just wasn't something I was able to afford at the time. I've always wanted that.
A cow?
More cow. No, I think that's the missus, but no, she wants goats. So I'm like, no goats. I can do with a cow, can do with a horse, no goats. But yeah, it's always something I wanted. I like the characteristics and the style of old farmhouses, little bit of land, little 6 acres, kids grow up on there, ride your dirt bikes around, all that kind of jazz. But it's just not in the cards for me just yet. Definitely working towards it. But I still managed to buy rurally, which is nice. Yeah. It's just only 1,000 square meters.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But you're right. The lifestyle could be a bit trickier for the banks. Yeah. Then we're going to jump into apartments just quickly.
Apartments, yeah.
So what do you think there?
So it really depends. I like apartments and stuff, but there's a few rules around it as well. Especially if you're first home buyer, and you're coming in with a 5% deposit through Kainga Ora. the apartment has to be a minimum size. Like each bank has a little bit of a different amount, but it's usually around about 45 meters squared, including the balcony.
I know the balconies.
I'm like, it's a bit weird. Like, I'm like, how big is these guys' balconies going to be? But like, okay.
Usually 1 square meter.
Yeah, I think that was the highest of the low scale of most of the banks, but like, and there's also, so Kainga Ora will only allow for a certain percentage of those flats as well to be owned by those kind of clients. So I can't remember what it was specifically off the top of my head.
But definitely a trickier situation, and it's case by case. Trickier.
So
case by case, and it's also affordability comes into an issue here because apartments would normally come with body corp.
Yep.
And if there is any
Extra fees.
future maintenance, so you've got to watch out with apartments. There might be future maintenance that's noted down in the minutes of the body corp.
It's another one to look at is the type of property as well.
You really have to be on top of it, eh? You really have.
It doesn't even have to be specifically apartment. It's all body corp. It can be listed as the commercial one, which they don't like either.
Company shares definitely a no-go. So you think about company shares. So definitely a no-go. Commercial property is definitely not to go for first-time buyers. I had one first-time buyer that wanted to buy a commercial property and live there as well.
Yep.
So, sorry.
No.
No.
We don't like that.
Awesome. Well, Jordan, thank you so much. Any parting thoughts?
No. You can ask, I think always if you find a property you like, if you can send it through to your advisor, what they think first as well.
Yeah. And we can quickly let you know. Yeah. And the other thing as well is those monolithic type properties. So if you are, I hear this a lot. I've got a lot of clients that are self-employed, they're at tradies, and they come to me with a monolithic type cladding, and they go, this is a gem. I could buy it for 300K less because I can reclad it myself, and this property is going to be worth over 1 million. Yeah, no, the bank is not going to like it because remember, the bank always takes the purchase price over any other value. So if you're buying it at 300K less, they will automatically apply that price as the value of the property. So therefore, you are devaluing the property straight away.
And if there's issues, like the bank doesn't like issues.
Correct. It's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening in. As usual, if you've got any questions or any topics you wish us to cover, would love to do this for you. Jordan, thank you so much for popping in. Until next time. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.